Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Divine Barrel Brewing Company out of Charlotte, North Carolina. This beer is called Finger Guns. It is a West Coast style double IPA hopped with Citra, Amarillo, and Simcoe. And it is 9.2 ABV. Yeah. That's all I got on this one. I don't know if I've had this before or not. Because a lot of times people do bottle shares there, and whenever I'm there, I'll just go back to the bar like every half an hour and just get a taster. Because I like to give them some money for them allowing us to do that. So I don't know if I haven't had it like when they made it for this canning run, but if I believe they have made this before, and I don't remember if this is one of the ones I've tried or not. They do make a lot of different West Coast style IPAs, so I might have had this, I might not have, but I definitely have not had it out of the can, so still a somewhat new experience, even if I did have it. So you can see it pours it's definitely a true traditional IPA, completely, pretty much completely transparent. I would say it's a darker golden color, almost like an amber or like a rusty orange with about a finger's worth of white head. Oh man, that smells good. Definitely being driven by the Simcoe and the Citra. I'm not really getting. To me, Amarillo has or Amarillo. I don't know how it's actually pronounced. Has a is like a real earthy, medicinal, like aspirin-y quality that I don't. Sometimes it works in something like this that where there's like several hops, but it's definitely if it's by itself or only with like one other hop, it usually is like so pungent. If it mixes with like and even maybe three, but like, and one of those IPAs has like 4, 5, 6 different hops in it. Sometimes it blends into everything. You don't really get it, but I am getting a little bit of like that piney resinous character that is associated with Simcoe. There is some pineapple and some like peach ring notes. There's a very slight hint of like caramel malt, but it's pretty much all hops and smells really nice and fresh. So I said I didn't really taste or I didn't really smell the Amarillo, but I'm definitely getting in the taste. Uh, it does have a little bit of that like aspirin quality, but again, that's just me and my take and perception of Amarillo. If you like Amarillo, don't think that by me saying it has that aspirin taste that there's something flawed with the beer. That's just something I specifically get from that hop. So I don't think there's any brewing flaws with this. So if you like Amarillo, then kind of ignore that comment. Really nice, dry, piney, uh, pretty bitter swallow. I will say that there was no way I would guess that this is over 9%. Uh, the body is just so light. It's definitely not watery like in flavor at all because it's very, very flavorful, but it is very light. Which generally for something that is like stronger in alcohol, I want it to have some heft. Uh, like I would say in a stout or any type of darker beer, um, I want it to have some heft to know that I'm drinking a bigger beer. Uh, but with IPAs, I really don't want that because I don't want it to be syrupy, and this is far, far from that. Really bright, it's like a mandarin orange quality to it. But it does still have that peach ring and some pineapple. It's very piney. Uh, some like grapefruit pith, and it finishes pretty bitter. But again, it's natural bitterness from extracting the hop oils, in the actual boil. It's not just like the hop particles sitting on the back of your tongue, like hop burn from hazy IPAs. Uh, yeah, and it actually does. So I said I got a little bit of caramel malt in the aroma. I'm really not getting any of that in the flavor. It just finishes like a really light, crackery, doughy malt profile, but it's really an afterthought in the beer until you get to the very, very end of the swallow. Before that, it is all hops and nothing else. Which, for this type of beer, that's really what I want. Excuse me. This might be the best hoppy beer that they've done, in my opinion. They're doing. I don't want to say by far because I think Final Flora has done some pretty good West Coast style IPAs, but at least in the like Charlotte proper area, their West Coast IPAs are better than anybody else. Better than Wooden Robot, which is saying a good bit because some of theirs are pretty good. I think they're better than the ones that Resident Culture have done, which is also saying a lot because they're really good at all types of IPAs. But this really, to me, is almost flawless for what it is. I can't really pull anything out of it that I would do to improve on this other than just changing the the hop varietals to more suit my liking. But to me, that's you can't really knock a beer for that because it's only working with the ingredients that it has. And I still think it's very good and very flavorful. I just personally would probably choose a different hop profile, but again, I'm not going to use that to say there's anything wrong with the beer because there's not. It's very, very good. I will say this actually reminds me of a Fatheads beer a lot, which is saying a lot, and that's in my opinion that's big time props if you're saying any type of West Coast or clean IPA is similar to Fathead. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's just a really, really great double IPA. I bought this as a single. I think it was only $5. Maybe it was $6, which is possible because of the markup. Because it might have been like $20 a 4-pack, so I could see it being marked up $1 a can or something like that. But either way, anything floating around that price, this is absolutely worth it. This is one of the few times where I might actually go back and buy another one. I generally don't do that with IPAs just because there's so many of them. So I know that I'm going to be getting other ones soon at different points in time from other breweries. So I don't really usually, stock up on any IPAs, but I might go and at least try to get one more can of this because this is absolutely fantastic. So this is definitely a buy for me. Excuse me. If you really like traditional West Coast style IPAs, but you want something that's in a can and something that's easy to get and really doesn't have hype behind it, so you can just trade your own locals for, I would definitely recommend seeking this out because it's just really, really good. I think that's all I got in this one. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.